Oh, Jeremy's here.
Jeremy's here.
Well, he's on.
Jeremy's on.
I don't know if he's in the call.
Why are we not inviting Jeremy? What the fuck's wrong
It's
with
like
you?
the third here. Personal energy fields.
Someone text Jeremy, ask him if he's joining the call.
Why don't you just call him? If you right click his name, you can press the call and ring him.
I thought that, but I didn't want to end the call. There he is.
I was just about to message you, Jeremy.
I literally just walked in the door and like,
Just tell us when you're ready. I'm all ready to go.
I'm pretty much good to go.
I'm golden.
All right.
I got my cup of tea.
I had my Red Bull.
I
right.
grabbed my coffee.
It's going. Someone check and make sure everything's good, going good on the Twitches, the Twitchers, the Twitchleys.
What is the Twitch?
It is CFORILIHPORCEN.
Oh, that's energy field study.
Do you have like a username I can look up?
It was the username.
It's his username.
I didn't hear what it said.
It's Caliporson. Hey, no yawning. We're testing sound to make sure the sound is good.
That's a good thing to test sound with.
Soundwave. Soundwave was the worst fucking Decepticon. Let's just be fair before we start this and say it in the title card.
One of the better raves, though.
Yeah. Okay. I agree. I've been to Soundwave a few times, so yes, I completely agree. Soundwave was awesome. Is anyone on the Twitch? Anyone checking sound? Check.
Yeah, sound is going well.
You sure? You can hear? Everything's
I
good?
am.
You can hear yourself, you can hear everyone else. Alright, I'll take that as a go.
Yes.
The Villains Talk Show with Jay, Sarah, Insanieac, and Jeremy. Today's special guest is Kaden. Remember to join the Faceless Legion. JustLikeness.com.
Remember?
And then there was my face.
Anyone can be part of the Legion.
Anyone can part of the Legion. Just download the app. Get the Likeness app today. Likeness.
That was going to be my pamphlet I left her out as Legion.
I mean, I could if I could move my camera, I can show the likeness. Because I have a likeness staring at me all the time in the face.
Do you know?
Always. I have an actual picture. I have an actual picture of the likeness.
You have a picture of the
Right
likeness?
there. The likeness is always staring at me.
Oh, I'm disappointed at the likeness. I thought it was going to be Standard.
I was hoping it was Standrew.
No, Standrew will join us soon. He's just at Jeremy's.
You had my hopes up and you knocked them down, John.
We'll get Standrew back.
You took that away from me, John.
You know what? I did what I could.
Not without Sandra, obviously.
Anyway, today's topics, other than general chatting, which just happens all the time, online dating, and then Halloween, maybe. Which one do you guys want to hit out of the park first?
Well, I have more experience with online dating, I'll be honest.
I do too. and how shitty it is.
I was gonna say I have very little experience with online dating, and I hate it. I hate it.
No one likes online dating.
It fucking go away.
It is the worst. Fucking.
It is the fucking worst.
It really
God,
is.
you're so loud, Joe.
I hate it so very much.
Turn it down a bit.
The girls I like don't like me, and the girls that like me I don't like. What the fuck is this shit?
What did I say? I said.
And then you meet one, and she ghosts you.
Oh my god! All the fucking time.
All the fucking
or
time.
Or like you'll meet them.
The worst is, you know what the real worst is matching and then sending them a message, having the balls to send them a message, and they don't message you back.
Or I've been having a problem. I've been having a problem lately.
No, every other day is them deleting me after not messaging me back.
The problem
so you go to look at your mutuals and you're like, oh, I'm one mutual short.
my experience lately is like I'll message a girl, she'll either not message me back or she will, and then after a certain amount of time we'll be like, oh I want to meet up with you, but like this is a more recent one. This girl was like, oh, I want to meet up with you, but my phone's gonna run out of minutes at like 9 o'clock. So what do you want to do? And I'm like, wait.
About 5 to all right.
It wasn't done. So I'm like, well, okay, if you want to meet up, just tell me where you want to meet. We'll meet there, and then it doesn't matter. Oh, but I have no way to contact you. Well, you can just contact me now by giving me an address, and we'll go for dinner, and then I can meet you there. and then they go, oh, well, you know what? You could just send me like $40 and then we can meet up. And I'm like,
that's a Tinder scam.
It really is.
Fuck you.
No, legit. That's a Tinder scam. That's a thing that's going around right now.
Well, it's that, or there's
you can look it up online, man. It's actually a famous thing. It's a Tinder scam.
Is it? Because fuck that.
Yes, it is.
Never said
look it up.
Anyone money.
And sure as shit, a bunch of fucking cam girls are fucking using this website to scam people for $40 to $60 a month.
You might as well just get an OnlyFans account because they get the same amount of interaction.
I was using a gift Visa card for those accounts. Because I knew I only had $2 left on the card, and I was like, I'm not spending on anything else. So let's see if these bitches are legit. And most of the time, no, it's not legit. I use a gift card for that exact reason, because you can keep charging that card all you want. There's no money going to be on it, ever.
That's so funny.
You see, that's smart.
No, it's horrible.
That's not going to happen. No, it is horrible. It's fucking horrible. It's women preying on desperation.
Yeah.
But
there's a difference between loneliness and desperation is willing to pay.
Here's the worst part, too. I have 2 friends, really good friends of mine. They met on POF, and they've been married for 3 years now.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
They met on POF.
I can't meet a single girl off of POF. Tinder, I've met 2, and both of them ghosted me.
See, and Tinder's just smash and pass. Like, literally, Tinder...
My friend just suggests,
apparently not, because I can't even get that on Tinder.
Oh, dude, I find the girls, and they're always crazy, and it's a smash and pass. And they pass me.
Crazy if it's just a smash and pass.
They pass me.
I'm getting the 900-pound girls that are like, I'm looking for a relationship. Or they're fucking Asian and couples. I literally had a Filipino couple trying to pick me up 3 days ago.
I mean, the couple isn't so bad, but I mean, I could just imagine these rotund...
I'm not into guys, so I'm sorry. I don't know anything about my profile that says I'm into guys or couples. It's not a damn thing.
Maybe he doesn't... Hey, how do you know the guy wanted to be part of it? He could have just sat there and wanted to film it. Or maybe he just wanted to sit...
No, I mean, that's not the impression I got.
I knew a couple. I still know them.
That is not the impression I got. When I said I was not into guys, they were like, come hang out.
Dude.
I'm like, no, that sounds like convincing.
I know a couple, and they're really good looking couple. And they'll go out and find men and women, and while she gets fucked by the man or woman, guy just sits in the corner and pedals himself. That's it.
Okay. I mean, there's a whole sell your girlfriend thing about that on
I mean, it's what OnlyFans is, right? It's
OnlyFans is just women.
No.
That's
I've seen
women
lots
preying on your
again.
money.
There's lots of guys on OnlyFans. Don't
There
get
are.
yourself
There?
wrong. Yeah, there's a lot of guys on
There's a guy
OnlyFans.
but that's probably because I'm a guy, and that's not where I'm looking.
No, you're just not open to that kind.
I
of
don't
thing.
have a follow on OnlyFans. I've actually never been on the website.
I'll be honest. I may have opened my Tinder just now. I have 256 matches.
Fuck
What
you!
256
What are you
matches.
doing?
What
that
the
I'm doing
fuck?
wrong?
You're
I'm
fucking
at, like,
ugly as
156
shit.
Likes.
matches.
I'm at 25 likes.
You're ugly as
And-
shit too.
I know I am.
Oh damn, that's a low blow, sir.
No.
Wow.
We're being honest.
You know what? I can just leave.
You're
I
being
don't have to
honest.
be here.
Yeah,
God damn. I
Just
don't think
kidding.
Caden is an unattractive looking dude.
I don't think you should do.
I don't think.
Seriously
he's
though,
attractive
how do
looking
you
at
have
all.
that? How do you have that many matches though? Like
I work
seriously.
with like a bunch of guys that are much more
I can send
unattractive
proof
than
of this,
Caden
too.
is.
No.
and they have
I
bigger,
don't
better
deny
ones.
you, Caden. I do not think you're lying.
That means John's a closet gay. That's all it means.
I'm not closet. I'm open bisexual.
That, I was just gonna say, John's very open about that.
Fair enough.
He has been honest about that in the past a couple times.
I was gonna say, what
I don't-
clo-
I was gonna
what
say, I
closet?
hear more often than most
I don't
people
pay
are,
attention.
so- yeah.
What closet
No,
am I
I
in?
know John sits on the fence because he's lazy.
Yes, this is pretty much it.
I get to choose from both sides. Well, you know, personal preferences allow me to choose from this side of the fence. And what I'm looking at,
all these
does
girls
not
are
appease me.
all these girls are ugly. I guess I'll take the only hot guy in the room.
I'm like, the guys are uglier, so fuck off.
Hey, when you can actually find a guy who can actually grate Parmesan cheese on his abs, that's something that you never forget.
I have.
Me too.
On
Literally.
Thing on Tinder, I know. I've seen. Actually, today I saw a girl who was talking about grating cheese on a guy's abs, and I was like,
It's possible, and it is
I
one
mean,
thing that you never
15
forget.
years ago, I would have been there.
Seriously though, Caden,
I was a lazy athletic bastard when I was younger.
Caden, what is your secret?
Hilarious.
Share with the internet, please.
No, I want to know what your fucking secret is, because goddamn,
Seriously,
that would
like,
mean I might talk to one girl a week,
seriously,
and
man,
maybe that would lead me to something, right?
dude, you
It
have
takes
to,
me 2 weeks for like a girl to message me back.
Caden, tell us how. What are the
Well, you
ways?
see.
How do you hit yourself?
What are you lying about?
I don't even
right,
care.
Right here it says,
Do you have a video? I want it because I could probably share it on the stream if you put it.
I don't have a video of it.
Oh my god, you actually found that research. We're gonna talk about that later. Fucking Andrew. God damn it. Goddamn holistic bullshit medicine bullshit.
Oh yeah. Well, you knew. I was gonna say you didn't know Andrew was gonna pull that shit up on you.
Fucking hate.
what was that?
that.
I was like 100%.
Fake
I knew
bullshit.
Andrew was gonna pull
Anyway,
that shit up
All
on
I
you.
talked about was energy.
Sticking on to the point. Caden.
Yeah, but I also, you and me, Andrew, have been friends for a very long time, and I know your holistic feel on energy and.
I didn't go too far with it.
I
No,
believe
know
in
that, but
energy.
I'm just seeing the post that you put in Discord there.
Just so we're
Yeah,
clear.
we were talking before. We were talking about like.
I
topics,
believe
so-
in energy.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's straight.
I do
I
believe
was
in
like,
energy.
I knew Andrew was gonna drop something like that.
But I don't believe in bullshit. Holistic
That's okay.
medicine.
That just means you'll be unhealthy for all.
Which is why his mother, and you would be a great conversation.
Well, Andrew met my mom.
Andrew laughs. He fucking knows.
Andrew met my mom. He and my mom got along because my mom believes in this bullshit too, and she does tarot readings.
him and your mom got along. I'm talking the vice versa. You
My
getting
mom.
along with his mom.
I mean, I get along with parents. You saw how I got along with your mom. I get along
I mean,
with people.
you would get along with my mom, but at the same time, you'd probably just be like sighing and like kind of
Yeah,
like.
it would be a lot of.
like,
I think it'd be a
every
lot
time.
of sighing and deciding whether you could talk about that conversation.
Or
Or
if I should say that.
Oh.
Yeah.
You think
checked
I filter
my,
myself?
No,
I checked my
because we've had
profile.
previous conversations where
All right.
you're like, our fucking conspiracy theory conversation. You were like, no, we can't talk about this anymore, and I'm like, We're talking about conspiracy theories. You can't cut that off.
All right. Caden sent me his
This
profile.
is what he's doing. He's cutting us off right now.
So here's what Caden's profile says. He's a line cook. Do you have a picture? I want to see the pictures that you send.
I can send you all of the pictures.
Send me all the pictures.
Just for you.
Bet you
So
you could.
it says-
I was gonna say,
Here's his
you don't
bio.
make nut shots, do you?
Wait. Here's his.
No, that would've been removed.
Are you ready?
He's like, my testicles are about this big around, and I'm about 9 inches, and they're all like, yeah, all right. I'm like, now I understand why he's getting all his callbacks.
All right. Actually,
What's its size on mine? Yes.
So
There
it
are
says.
pictures, too.
What's your D&D class? That's
Wait. I gotta read it to the people. So his bio says, so bad at bios. Not bad at cooking, though. Always up for good food and good company. BLM. Super likes might be accidental. 6 tattoos, 0 piercings, 0 kids. 5'11", 6 on a good day. Oh, I see what you did there.
Liar. You are not 5'11". Liar.
I am 100% 5'11".
What's
You are
What's
not
the D&D in
5'11". You are
class?
shorter than me, and I am 5'9", fucker.
Bonus points if you play card games. So you kept your
I
your
used
whole.
to be 5'10". I'm 5'9.5", actually.
Are you telling me the secret to a good Tinder profile is to be like less than 5 sentences and put BLM in caps?
Yeah.
That's what I'm picking up.
What's
That's
That's
what it
what
is.
I'm picking up.
your D&D
You gotta
class?
put BLM in there.
Yeah, you have
Shit,
to.
I understand.
Yeah, you have to be BLM. You have to be BLM.
I thought I was too pasty for BLM in my statement, but
I'm like,
apparently not.
no. Remember why we're called the
That
villains,
doesn't mean I
Jeremy.
don't support them.
Remember
That just
why we're
means
called
I
the
don't support
villains.
their extremists.
We are 4
And both
white.
sides of the fence are looking at our extremists and pointing like, "What the fuck
Hey,
is this shit?"
We are 4 white Anglo-Saxon males. Okay, we have to write
don't know what you're
BLM
talking about.
everywhere.
hey, I'm pointing at your Anglo-Saxon, and I'm like, "Yes, I am," but we fought you for many years.
I mean,
We originally did not call ourselves Anglo-Saxon. We told you guys to go fuck yourselves for a little while. Yes, we are the same color as you, but we were not Anglo-Saxon.
technically, I'm Arabic, but you can never tell.
I mean, you're half Arabic.
Yeah, but still, I'm like, you see my dad, and he's dark as hell, and then you look at me, and there's just no color, and I'm like, oh, so good.
No, and then you look at your mama and you understand.
Hey. He picked up a trophy wife, okay? And everyone in my family says that. Good for him.
Oh yeah, all of us are tooting that. High fives. High five.
Oh Lord. But anyways, okay. So let's see your pictures, Caden. I want to see what sexy pictures you put up.
I sent them to you.
Get all these goddamn. Oh, I just see clams.
We've determined this. It's the BLM in 5 statements.
And the D&D class.
Yeah, it's probably the D&D class. That's a lot of the messages I get about.
Picture of me dressed as a Jedi, so screw your D&D class.
No.
Oh my God.
Jedis are not cool, sir. Jedi
Dude.
can prove that.
Some of these
Star Wars
girls are
can prove that.
fucking.
No.
Where are the
No,
pictures,
that was-
Caden? I don't see no pictures.
They're not getting
You know what really proves that is that new commercial with Mark Hamill and fucking
I sent them to you personally,
why
John.
can I remember,
Oh my
remember
God.
his name?
Patrick Stewart.
Picard, yeah, Patrick Stewart. Sir Patrick Stewart.
Oh, sorry, Sir Jeremy. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, right?
Sir Jeremy.
A fellow knight in the order.
All right. So what I'm getting from this, Caden, is I need to get you to make my Tinder profile.
I
I
thought
can do
yours
that
got
for
a
you.
lot of responses.
It
too.
did, but
Yours is
never that
hilarious.
many. Like I got some because like I'll read it for everyone.
I liked yours. Yours was like intellectually great.
It was,
Actually, it was good.
but it was also what?
And now
Okay, right now.
I got like 50 likes, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
Are you jealous of Caden, John?
I am totally.
sounds like it.
Oh, totally.
A little.
Don't get yourself wrong. I'm totally jealous.
No,
Some of them are bots, though. I'll be honest.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we knew that. Like I was talking about.
But at least you get more
That
bot
thing is
matches
shit,
than me.
man.
That's where it gets
If
sad.
they say on their profile they don't use Tinder and to use their Snap, that is a fucking bot, and they are trying to steal
Or
your money.
Instagram.
Yeah,
That too. Yeah.
external
Instagram,
shit.
Snapchat, all that shit. If they're trying to redirect you off of Tinder, that's a bot.
I have some. I have one guy here named. I will not say the name, but he is
Fair
a
enough.
miniature horse breeder.
Oh, you get
He is
guys
14
too?
kilometers away.
I was wondering about
Yeah.
that as well. I was like, I get
Yeah.
the rare occasional guy too that tells me I'm like super attractive, and I'm like, sorry, dude, I'm not into guys. Like, it says that clearly on my
I am very
profile.
openly
There's no
pan.
switch hitting here.
Hey, Jeremy. He's only a dude 2 days of the week.
Who?
He's a really pretty girl.
No, not the guys that
I feel like
contact
I
me.
joined in at the
Not
wrong
the
time.
guys that contact
Oh, hey,
me.
Sarah
No,
joined
they're
us.
dudes- They are
Hello,
dudes
Sarah.
100% of the time, and if you look at their
Oh,
profiles,
exactly
they
what
say
you're
so.
walking to. Sarah.
Ready for a conversation you have no dog in? We're
Yeah,
talking
you're
about
married.
online
You're not
dating.
allowed.
Yeah, all the way to Tinder. I use Tinder so much.
I'm sure. I mean, you and Jan,
That's
whatever.
just one. That's just one, right? POF is another one we referred to.
Yeah.
All right, you guys
There's
ready to hear my Tinder profile?
Yes, definitely.
I remember you reading it off before, and I was actually like super impressed. I liked the way you intellectually referenced yourself sexually.
Okay,
It
so
was great.
my Tinder profile says my interests are engaging, deep, meaningful conversations, and then you go read more. As I penetrate, I like to bring up complicated philosophical ideas or extremely divisive political issues. As I'm ramming into whatever orifice, I will ask very thought-provoking starter questions to insightful and challenging conversations. I only climax if I not sway my partner in any direction, but as I pound them out with my throbbing erection, we arrive at a new understanding of either the topic at hand or our own ideals as people.
I mean, it's clever, but nobody wants to feel smart on Tinder.
Well, that's the
Exactly.
point.
That's
No,
when-
you're
that's
wrong.
when Mine works.
Some girls actually do want to feel smart.
I don't know.
You
Look
read
at
it in their
your- look at
profiles,
your
and you're like,
profile.
you're clearly not, but you want to be.
Yeah, well, that's their thing.
I
You don't have to be one of those.
want to
girls.
be smart, but I think I already am. So we're good.
Just because those girls are out there doesn't mean you should be one.
Sarah,
My favorite is like trying to match with gamers, and all the gamers tell you that's not what they're looking for. And I'm like, you're a gamer. What the fuck are you looking for?
my favorite is I'm here to I'm not here to smash and pass. I'm just here to find a guy, and then they fuck you, and then they never talk to you again. And you're like,
That's literally happened to me twice.
the fuck?
Both of them told me like, this might seem aggressive, but I want to come over tonight. And I'm like,
I'm like, so do you just lie to yourself that you're looking for a relationship?
Well, my issue is like insomnia. I really like the fucking body warmth when I go to sleep. Like, I haven't been able to sleep in probably fucking 6 days now. I'm on about 5 hours of sleep in the last 6 days.
So what are you saying? You want to
They
cuddle?
kicked me out early because of that. And originally it was like, fuck, I started talking to like these two different girls. It's been a month since the last girl I talked to. I'll be very honest about that because I'm not a fucking man whore. I don't just sleep with anything that contacts me.
That's offensive.
I am a man whore. I will be
I am
honest.
not. I
I am
fucking
such a
am
man
not.
whore.
I refuse to don't blame me.
So the one thing I
I
got
am
going
not.
for myself, whenever I go out to like a bar or something, because I'm usually the only metalhead in the bars I go to. Like I went to a show last night with my buddies, and this one girl just fucking hammered as shit would not leave me alone. The most white girl wasted
When
you've
you
ever
call
seen.
my dumbass because I'm not doing anything better and be like, hey, this girl won't leave me alone. She's kind of attractive. And then I can show up and like free you of your problem.
Because this girl I actually kind of knew. Her name was Janine.
Oh, never mind.
She was kind of how do I say, you know,
As if you know them, that means no, there's probably a problem if you're not on it.
yeah. How do I put it? There's bicycles, there's buses, and then there's tour groups. And this girl's like a tour group. You know, she's a really good-looking girl.
And you're not going to share with your friends on the tour?
But you have to share with your
I mean,
friends on the tour. You got it, bang on.
Side, and sometimes I like to be on the right side. Maybe you need to help me point out which is better.
Oh. No, that's the best thing I've ever heard. Yeah, sometimes you have to share with your friends on the tour. That's Janine.
Oh damn!
I do have a bad meetup story from Tinder.
I mean,
Probably a nightmare if you want it.
And I have nothing other than to laugh at you people.
I mean,
go for it, Caden.
Have you been picked up by a Filipino couple?
I mean, I've had worse.
I'll be honest, Jeremy. That sounds like the best.
You have not had worse.
That sounds
They're
so
like
awesome.
45, both of them. Neither of them were attractive, and it looked like the dude was more interested than the girl was.
I had this drunk
That's
like
fair.
trying to pick me up.
No,
Don't
it's
worry
not
about
fair. That's all wrong. Everything about that statement is wrong.
I mean, I went on a.
Ugly people need love too.
I went to a Tinder
I'm not
date.
saying they were ugly. I'm saying their broken English made it worse.
I mean, I went on a Tinder date once where it was a really hot girl, and I went to dinner with her, and then she's like, "You should come back to my place," and she's like, "Wait a second, I'm a man," and I just looked at her, and I'm like,
Didn't notice the Adam's apple?
you don't notice that," and I was like, eh.
That's the first thing I noticed. I've had enough tranny friends though that I'm like, I know what to look for.
Yeah, no,
There's a thing, and actually, Tinder's gotten a lot more honest for that. A lot of the trans community will point themselves out before because
I
I'm
don't
sorry,
mind.
but that's a thing.
I've always been a
There's
fan
men,
of
there's women,
surprises.
and there's trans. There's
I won't
not
lie.
two anymore.
I won't lie, as a kid, for me, like, that was something that I was afraid of, is, like, getting the girl home and then finding she's got the same pools as me.
No, I'm sorry, but if you have the same tackle box, that means you are of the same tackle.
I was like, I don't know if I want to do that situation. I feel like it's for everyone all around.
Where I
Like,
grew,
the awkward situation of, no, you really got to go. Like,
Man.
it's definitely going to happen.
where I grew up sleeping with guys, and then I switched over to girls at like 19. So there's no situation where I'd be like, all right. I mean, you're already naked. Might as well just go for it.
Exactly.
I
That's
fall-
how you live.
Dude, I fall for the
People
naked
have
man
to, like-
every time.
It's just funny because I'm the other. Like, weight isn't a huge deal for me.
Oh,
I got about
God.
I got about a 40-pound limit.
That is.
If you overweigh me by 40 pounds, I have a
See,
bit of
now
an issue
that's
there.
where I have a problem. I may be a big
Yeah.
dude, but I do not like big people. I am
Yeah,
very
I don't-
shallow.
Now there's a difference.
Very
no,
shallow.
like there's
I like curvy
BBW, and then there's a little overweight, and
Yes.
there's a difference between the two.
And
Yeah.
there's girls
What was
like
that?
curvy
What was that,
girls.
Andrew?
I said I like curvy girls myself. That like girls.
I
that
don't
take-
mind the curvy.
I could see that.
Half of my ex-girlfriends are curvy. But they were also like athletic. Like one was into hockey, was a defense woman in
wait.
hockey. Another one was a defense girl in rugby. Right? They were bigger girls. I don't have a problem with curvy. I have a problem with big.
Yeah, Big Mac plus big like Diet Coke.
Right? Like I'm not a big dude.
See,
So I'm not looking for a big woman.
the
either.
only time I make a
That's
second
where
look
Eric is a little different.
is there are big
I
girls.
noticed that.
Yeah.
There are big girls who wear it well. Like one of my best friends, his little sister, always a big girl, like 400 pounds, but she wore
I
like
was gonna
the
say
right
your friend
clothes.
Sam wears her weight pretty decently. She's not too hefty.
My friend Sam.
The one I met with Justin at my work,
Oh yeah.
and I thought you were on a date.
That was a date. That was a Tinder date.
Oh, was it?
Yep. That was
That's funny. I guess that fits right in the conversation quite well then.
that was a literal smash
she
and
wore her
pass.
she wore her way well.
I still have her number if you want it.
I mean, I wouldn't say
That's
no.
awkward though.
Caden.
I mean, you came out, we talked about our circumcised penises, and then you never came back. So
I mean, I think
Yeah.
that's a fair trade. I get to date one of your servers. You get to meet up this girl
no,
through me.
she's not single, and there's no way she's gonna be single anytime soon.
God damn it.
No.
She's so good looking too.
Yeah, she is super good looking. Ask Andrew how good looking she is.
Oh, you tried.
And she likes me, which makes even
Yeah,
worse.
she likes me too for a bit. And then I saw her at the bar a couple
Hey.
of times bitching about a couple of dudes.
I am
Same
a
dude that she broke
horrible
up with.
man
Oh,
whore.
No, dude,
That
she
broke up
went.
with.
Yeah, she went right back to Logan.
You need to understand, I'm a horrible man whore, so I will sleep with girls who are married
I
and
mean, she'll probably do
who
it.
have
No,
boyfriends
she won't.
and
Not anymore.
boys.
She's pretty
Oh, boy.
devoted to him, even though he's a piece of shit coke dealer.
I was like, I don't know, because
No, he's more of a piece of shit now, and she's more devoted to him. And I'm
Wait.
like, why is that a thing?
He's a
seemed
coke
like she
dealer?
Why is it the more a piece of shit a guy becomes, the girl he's with becomes more attracted to?
because they
Like, I
think they
swear
can
to
fix
God,
it.
if I started beating Kara, she would have stayed with me.
It's because they think they can fix it. But like, I don't know. She seemed like she would have hooked up with me that night, but I don't know.
This
Oh,
conversation
fuck.
brought by the just
Yeah, no,
likeness.
she would have. 100% she would have.
Beat your significant other.
Yeah,
They will
I
stay
probably
with you
100%.
forever.
Had Paul not cockblocked you that night, you would have been down.
Yeah, probably. Got her in
Gary,
my
no,
bed.
not probably. There's no fucking probable to it, dude.
Yeah, I couldn't believe Paul was there.
If she went back to your house, she was interested enough to hook up with you. And the fact that Paul was there, because, yeah, no, I know how that whole situation works out.
Such
I
is
told
life.
him too that night. I was like, don't fucking be here, man.
No, you would have. 100%. Not even not a shadow of doubt in my mind.
So, online dating sucks.
no.
It really
I mean,
does.
Yeah, but sometimes it works out.
Good to know.
It works out if
Did
you
it work out? Did it work out for you, Caden?
I'll be honest. I was in a relationship for a year because of an online dating.
But
thing.
are you still?
No.
Then
my-
it didn't work
You
out.
will-
two of my but I have
I'm
friends
sorry, but no,
You're not wrong, yeah.
Oh,
You're not
oh,
wrong.
that makes two of us.
I do have friends that have made
You're not wrong about that.
My ex got me beat up on my birthday and then broke up with me 5 days later because of it. So no, I feel you on that one.
I do have friends though that did meet for life and they still are married through online dating. So I know
I was gonna say
There is the occasional one.
there is the occasional, like it does work. But what I did
now we're in
learn,
Corona times where it's like you're not allowed to go meet people in public.
so what I did learn though is Jeremy, you and I need to give our phones to Caden to remake our Tinder profiles.
Apparently so.
Like it's the
We
only
did that.
thing I got out of
I know what's
this.
going on D&D.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be
Everybody,
honest.
hand your phone to Caden. He gets it for about an hour before D&D. If you don't get any connections by the end of the night, he has failed you.
I mean,
you guys just are greasy foot.
I am. I will never disagree that I am a greasy
I am
fuck.
not a greasy boy, and I think that's my problem.
I'm a greasy. Look at me. Have you
not-
looked
it's
at?
not
Have
a
you looked at
problem.
the stream?
All these girls are like, I don't do one night stands and greasy boys, but
Oh,
you never get a call.
but
They do. Yeah, but
And
then
then
they do.
You hear from all your greasy boys, like, yeah, I got like.
Look
6
at me.
callbacks. You're
Look
like,
at me,
what the fuck is
Jeremy.
this shit.
It's not worth it.
Look at all the things I lay,
I'm not
and
a
look how
greasy
greasy I look. It's just the way it works. The dirtier you look, though, that's why all the guys with mullets wear mullets because we hate them because they have mullets, but they fuck
Hilarious, 'cause
so
I hear all these
much.
girls that are like, if you got a beard, that's a bonus. And I'm like, I got a nice beard. It's not disgusting. There's not shit
Yeah.
in my beard, and it's straight, and it's not disgusting.
Yeah, you ever
You
heard
know
that
what?
song? She's got issues. I literally
Now
had a
that-
girl just like that song for a bit.
Now that you bring that up, Jeremy, the ever since I had this shitty mustache for the last 2 years, I've actually gotten laid more in the last 2 years than my entire life. Now that you really bring that up,
Why is my not greasy
the
woman
shit
unattractive?
mustache really attracts them. I don't get it.
People like greasy
Oh, look,
beards
this
for
guy
some
showers
reason.
every day. He must be greasy. Like, excuse me?
People are weird. You guys
It's
are
'cause-
fighting
I shower
weird.
twice a day, and my beard is not disgusting.
I'm
It is
sorry,
nicely
Sarah.
taken care of.
I'm
It's
sorry.
because the girls think they
But
can
the
change.
question
They can
here,
change.
Jack, we use beard oil.
It's because the girls think they can change
I
you.
did, actually.
It
Sarah,
actually works really well.
I
Yes,
did
John?
use beard oil
What-
for a while, and that actually got me even less attention.
Well, that's your own fault.
I'm like, the
Maybe try harder.
more... What?
all right.
Clean. Try hard. Make yourself presentable. And then nobody
Jeremy,
talks to you
Jeremy,
and calls
stop.
you back.
All right. Let's calm down.
Just let
I
it
was
go
gonna
as it is.
I was gonna ask Sarah. So Sarah's never done
That's
online
hurtful.
dating, but I'm sure you've had
Never done them.
I'm sure you've had friends who have.
It's like
My brother has a girlfriend who he
I've
met
been
through
told
online
3
dating.
times in the last week.
Tell us about that.
Tell you about
I mean,
what?
that's fine.
Your brother.
Your
How
brother's
did, which
girlfriend?
which site did he meet? Do you like his girlfriend? Is she crazy? Is she not crazy?
I'm pretty sure they met on Tinder.
Spill it.
I love his girlfriend. I think she's awesome, and I have already threatened him that if he breaks up with her, I might kill him.
So you're the
She's
crazy one.
She's crazy, but she's the right kind of crazy. She fits in really well. Apparently, her family is crazy. They've been dating for months, and her family still does not know he exists. They also live across the world, so it's not that hard.
We call that a red flag.
I mean, nothing's a red flag if you're wearing rose-colored glasses.
I'm not super worried about it.
I mean, just saying. When you've been dating for someone for over 4 months and their family still doesn't know about you, I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying. Usually, you go at about 5 red flags. You kind of stop and take a look, but that's just one. You just gotta remember that is a red flag.
She's from India, right? So she's actually not supposed to be dating. Her parents are strict about that kind of thing, so they haven't told them because of familial expectations and whatnot.
I mean, as horrible it is to say this, but it is still a thing in India. She could be already, she could already have a pre-marriage, whatever they're called.
She could be engaged and have
she's not,
arranged marriage.
One of her sisters is? Wait. One of her sisters is, but she's not.
Yeah, she's the youngest.
That's the second red flag.
She's the youngest. The older sister is. The middle sister isn't. She's the youngest. So she isn't either.
I'm not going to say I don't believe you because you're a third party in this, but I'm still sticking by my guns and saying second red flag.
That's true.
Well,
that's 2 red flags.
She is really amazing.
I'm sure she is. What's her name?
Everyone's really nice to get to know them.
I don't actually. We call her D.
You just call her D?
You say you don't know her name?
It's exactly what she said.
That's what she said.
I do know her name. I didn't say that. I don't want to say it.
Okay.
Oh,
that's fair.
Yes.
It's an Indian name, and she said it's very specific and not usually a name.
Understandable.
Yeah.
I was like, that sounded more like another red flag, to be honest, to my mind.
Yeah.
In a matter of 5 minutes, we hit 3 red flags.
That's just a me.
No, that was 3 minutes, John. Try again.
I'm also not sure that I know how to pronounce her name right. So
That's fine. We shouldn't be using real names on here anyway. It's a bad idea.
Exactly.
Not like anyone's going to DDoS me. What would they do? Oh my god, take all Jonathan's $100.
That's why you don't have my real name.
Why would you say that? Now everyone's going to want to know what your real name is, Sarah. Damn it! You ruined it.
Because Sarah isn't the name that everyone has.
Well,
My
that's
name is
the joke,
Sarah.
right? I mean,
All right.
Anyway,
Better than
I
John.
think that's the only person I know of who's done online dating.
okay. And
I didn't mean that in that
But
sense.
I
I meant that in the JOHN, how everybody calls everybody John.
oh god, and John Doe, and
Smith,
Yeah,
and
specifically like John Doe, John Smith.
I hate it. I
Dane.
hate my name. Hate my name.
How basic it is.
But yeah, and
John.
You're clearly
Jacob,
not a
Jingleheimer
basic
Schmidt.
bitch, but your name suggests you are.
that's exactly. But anyway, so Sarah, I hear you because I have 2 friends, Aaron and Steph, and they've been married for over 3 years. I went to their wedding in Lethbridge. It was fucking fun as shit. It was the most fun I ever had at a wedding, and they met on POF. They But then again, and Aaron will say this too, and I'm sorry, Aaron, if you're watching my stream ever. But he'll say this too. He is an ugly motherfucker. He's an ugly nerd who sits at home and plays and just does Pokemon Red and Blue runs with his brother. That's what he does.
Like beyond basic bitch.
Oh,
he's not even doing like gold and silver.
Yeah.
Crystal was the best one.
But
Crystal was the best
No, Emerald was. Let's be honest.
But he would do
No, you
speed
fuck
runs.
yourself. Crystal was the best one.
Emerald was the best.
He would do
Emerald
speed.
was
No,
100% the
Crystal
best
was
one.
the best one.
Crystal isn't real.
Guys,
You
guys.
shut your
Hey!
mouth.
Gold was
What's the shit?
the best.
No.
Gold and
Come on.
silver, and that's it. End of discussion.
No,
Come on now.
No.
Crystal.
No, I don't want to hear any of this bullshit.
Kincaid got a majority
Gold.
right now on it.
And
I was
silver.
gonna say, Crystal is gold and silver with the battle
Yeah.
towers.
Yeah, Emerald is all of those too, but like
Emerald is all of Hoenn with the Battle Frontier.
Who cares about Hoenn? No one cares about Hoenn because it reminds you of a hoe, and no one cares about hoes.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of this discussion.
except for the one that we're talking to right now, Jonathan.
I think
Yeah.
the point of this discussion is saying everybody cares about hoes.
Because
You
we're
know what?
listening right now.
That's the profile that gets attention.
Wow, you're so kind.
No, I know. He's admitted himself.
I mean, let's be honest here. Everyone is a hoe to some degree.
That's a question.
I mean,
Eyes in the sea.
Look at Andrew, for example.
I have a hoe. I have my LARP hoe right here.
I've dealt with hoes, but I'm not a hoe myself.
I will hoe people all day. I actually have a literal hoe though that I just pulled
Sarah,
out.
but that's because you don't have to hoe yourself for attention every day.
Perhaps.
You have someone who just comes home and gives it to you.
I also married my first boyfriend.
Exactly.
Like a crazy
You
person.
didn't
Whoa. You did not give credence to that whole story that you've told me. You didn't just go and marry your first boyfriend. You hunted him down through his family
Oh.
and then married your first boyfriend.
Yeah, see, now that sounds like a story. That's not just married.
Exactly. You don't just get away with that.
Story.
Yeah, no,
Wanna
that
hear
sounds
the
like,
story?
that sounds like Predator and Prey.
It is. Oh, it very much is.
Okay, I'll tell you the story. So, I went to private schools my whole life. The first 10 years at one, and then the last 2 years at a different one. And, like, my grade 10 year was horrible. Horrific. Terrible. And a bunch of friends and I switched schools after that. Because it was so terrible. So, I went to this one school, and this good friend of mine, her name is Brittany, went to a different school. And I had this super cool teacher, who I won't name, because that would give away my real name. So I had this super cool teacher, and she was amazing. I loved her so much. And she would always tell stories about her nephews and her niece in class. And one of her nephews happened to be the sergeant. And at the same time, my friend Brittany, who had gone to this other school, became really good friends with this guy. And it turns out that this guy was actually this teacher's nephew. And a couple times he kind of came and sat in our class for all sorts of different reasons. And the first time he did that, I looked at him and I was like, man, he's cute. I like that guy. I want to date that guy. And I never told anybody.
Sorry.
But yeah, at the same time, his dad is a pastor and currently a truck driver. At one point, he owned a model rocket company. He's a little bit of
Oh, interesting.
At the time, he was the pastor of my grandparents' church, which they'd been going to for 30 years, and my mom grew up in, so we went to every once in a while for holidays and stuff. And so suddenly, like, this guy who I'd seen in my class with his aunt doing his work was also, like, the pastor's kid, and I could go to my grandparents' in there, and cute, and I liked that. So I would go once in a while. And, how did it work out? I got to know his family. I started going to that church, as my after I graduated. And so I got to know his family, and I got to know his aunt because she was my teacher, and I became friends with his sister, and I got to know his parents and brothers. And it was basically all just so that I could get to know him.
He died with his family just for this.
I basically stalked him through his entire family for like 3 years. Well, no, 2 years.
You groomed his family.
Maybe
To accept it.
Why are you?
That's dedication. I wish I had a girl that was like, I'm that dedicated.
That would be nice.
Very true. I mean, yeah.
It's even
I'm
better.
willing to put in the other half
Oh,
of
man.
the effort.
Andrew.
Like, I wouldn't have to do shit.
Andrew, that statement's even better because not Jan, but he has two younger twin brothers. So when she grooms the family, it's like, if that one doesn't work, there's two more.
There's 3 more, actually.
Even better.
None of the rest of them are options. The twins are 8 years younger than me. That's a bit of a
not when like another like 20 years ago.
Yeah, but they just turned 18 like last.
Yeah, so 20 years is going to be a huge difference then.
I don't want to wait 20 years, dude.
I mean, you're not going to notice it by then.
Yeah, well, we got married 11 months after our first, so.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, 8 years isn't that bad of a
Wait.
age gap, I'll be honest.
No,
Actually-
8 years isn't that bad.
Actually, just so we're clear, you said
The last girl I was like, I guess, very loosely seeing was 10 years.
wait. How long
Yeah,
did you
that
date
was my
you?
ex.
But she was the mom. No, the last girl I was seeing, she was the mom, busy, like, job, too busy, didn't
Yeah.
want, like, date, right?
That's
I'm
fair.
like, hey, yeah, all right, I'm okay being a side piece to your job.
Just
And then
to-
I got ghosted.
Just to back up a bit.
Aw.
I'm like, god damn it.
Wait.
Was it that one
Back up.
from
What's John trying to say?
your other job?
Sarah, how long
Yeah.
did you date your husband before he asked you to marry him?
6 months to the day.
I've dated girls for like 3 years and
Yeah. I was on the border of
Yeah.
asking that one, though, and then that went to hell, and then...
I dated like
6
I-
months?
Seriously,
I mean, Kara was the only other girl
That
I
seems
considered
so quick to
being
me.
with
Six
forever.
months. We got
That
engaged
is
in March,
really
and then we
quick,
got
I'll be
married in
honest.
August. Yeah, it was.
I wouldn't commit more than after like 5 years myself.
I do a year,
I'd say-
usually.
A year to 3 years,
But I mean,
honestly.
like,
Yeah,
it's
between,
7 years now.
right? After, if you can spend... Well, my whole thought is if I can do a whole year without us, like, having too many problems, then that might be a good sign.
Even that,
Of course.
man,
So,
I've dated
keep
girls
in
like
mind, guys, we are both the oldest children of very strongly family. So, like, moving in together, we would have been disowned.
That's fair.
So that was part of it. But I mean, it's been 7 years. We had our 7th anniversary this summer.
Congratulations.
It's not perfect. No relationship is perfect, but it,
Congratulations.
I like
No
it. He's
person is
pretty cool.
perfect in general.
He seems to like me.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Because we were at Jeremy's dealing with that, and we were getting really drunk, and we had to play a game, and the
Oh, yeah?
the literal person who had to go first was the person who had sex last, and we all saying dates, and then Jan's like, last week, and I'm like, oh yeah, it was your anniversary. Nice.
I almost forgot about that. That night was almost a blur.
That night was a blur. That I just kept. I don't drink a lot. Everyone out there, I really don't. But man, me and Jeremy just got thrashed. Well, I did. Holy.
Was that the
Jeremy
wine
came home
night?
and said he didn't remember most of it.
Oh, yeah, the night that Jan stayed over?
Yeah,
that one.
that night.
Yeah.
He said that it
Yeah.
was Caden's vodka that really did it.
Oh yeah.
I
My
mean, that was like a
vodka bad stuff.
combination for me. That was like, I remember the whole night, but
Wine, vodka,
I
and
don't
beer.
lose my mind at all, though. Like, I'm not that kind of.
I drank
Irish-
2
that
bottles
Irish
of
comes out.
wine.
I'm just super more me. I'm a louder version of me when
Yeah.
I'm drunk.
I still remember what happened. Like I still remember getting home. I just remember.
I know. I remember you saying the next day was rough, but
The
you
ne-
drank
yeah.
almost 2 full bottles of wine.
The next day
Half
was
of one with
very
me.
rough.
Oh my goodness.
I
drank
had
half
3
a
shots of
bottle of
tequila
wine.
on my way
I
there.
remember a lot of. Was that tequila? No, it was vodka.
No, I had it after I got off work.
Oh, okay.
And then I came over.
I was gonna say, yeah, no, it was that vodka.
I was trying to catch up.
And I remember half a bottle of wine, and then Jan
And then
brought
Jan
over
took
2 cases of
beer,
beer. He took one home because I didn't drink that one with the keys. I was like, that keys I took to bed with me. I had there was fucking 5 or 6 fucking cans left, and I'm like, I cuddled it with me to bed, and I was like, I just drank it.
Oh my goodness.
I remember Jan leaving the next day too. I was just watching shit on my fucking the X's projector, but yeah.
Fucking Jan, man. One of the best guys ever.
He crashed out
He really
hard.
is.
Yeah, no,
This is the
I'm
third
like,
time.
I got an extra blanket. I'm so excited.
Oh,
and I grabbed the
yeah.
blanket and I ran out, and I'm like, Jonathan's
When
gone. Oh, it's for Jan, and I just like tucked him in.
Fucking.
I think we had offered to
He
be
was like
tucked in.
stretched right out, and I'm like, I got a blanket for you, buddy, and I like tucked him in.
That's the third time in my life I've
I
seen
remember
Jan
him
KO.
waking up. Yeah, he didn't see me, but I could hear him. I heard him wake up and like leave.
That's the third time in my life I've heard Jan KO. I've seen him KO 3 times.
That fucking
What was the
unicorn
third?
game, man. I told that
That
unicorn
was
game
so
up
much fun.
to a couple of the fucking servers. They're like, next time you guys get wasted, invite us. We'll come play unicorns. And I'm like, yeah, all right.
So the first time I saw, just because we're off topic, but the first time I ever saw Jan KO was years and years and years ago when he came over to my house and was hanging out with me and Brandon. And
Oh, right. It was
and-
your birthday.
yeah, and he was supposed to hang out with us all night, and he chugged like 4 beers, and we gave him a huge joint, and he kind of sat there and swiveled on my couch, and then me and Brandon went out to go across the street to 7-Eleven, because it was literally across the street, to get some food, came back, gone. Second time I ever seen Jan KO was at Magic. My buddy made oil, and Jan takes, a couple hits. He sits down at the Magic table at 6 o'clock. He shuffles his deck fine, pulls out his cards, and we all watch as his head goes from straight up looking at his cards to the table. And I just stand up and slam the table, and I'm like, KO! And he did not lift up his head from that table till midnight. He was just done. Oh, it's good times. Super good times.
Yeah, I've seen him pass out pretty hard sometimes too. Once literally wrapped around a toilet.
Oh, shit.
Funny you should mention that.
Yeah,
Fresh out of high school, first kitchen job, I went out to this dive bar. I'm sure John is aware of it. It's called Vern's. It's on.
Yeah, Burns, just some random dive bar.
I was gonna say, isn't that the pizza place?
No, it's the dive bar on 9th.
It is a pizza place too, though.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
called
but
Vern's Pizza, isn't it? Or
That's
is
a
it
different one.
Vern's?
That's a different
okay.
location, but it's the same
I was like,
owner.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
It
I
is
thought
the
so.
same
I thought
owner.
so, 'cause that's also a dive bar.
It's the
I
same
just
owner.
assumed you would have known because of the kind of shows they put on there.
So the one Vern's he's talking about, Jeremy, there's nowhere to sit. It's a giant open area. Like, it's literally just an open room with a stage, a bar. There's a couple chairs, and the only shows there are dirty punk and metal shows. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
that's all there is. And that's your first bar?
First bar.
That is,
I had drank at work with a bunch of coworkers. We had gone to Vern's to go celebrate a friend's birthday. I don't remember anything after I got there. I remember, like, almost passing out on, like, holding the toilet. Like, just hugging the toilet almost all night. One of my coworkers found me and threw me in a cab.
Oh boy.
good for them.
Right? I miss him. He moved away
I have a video.
after getting fired.
Maybe I'll show you guys one day. Maybe I'll post it on the stream one day. After I was done sailing, me and the entire crew went drinking in Poland, and half of them are Polish. So I get off the ship, and they take me to this fucking bar in the middle of the beach. Literally by itself in the middle of the beach, this fucking bar. And they gave me these drinks. I think I've told you guys about them. They're called Chernobyl Incident. It's blue,
I've heard of
red,
them.
and green absinthe mixed with spirituous. And spirituous is 95% alcohol. I got a picture of it because it's so crazy. I had 2 of those. I do not remember my night. But I took videos. So there is videos. Like, I have a half-hour long video of me fucking hammered in this bar. And I do not remember how I got back to my hotel room. I do not remember how I got there. I don't remember how I found my hotel room. I was just absolutely fucking dead. Oh, I was so drunk. But it's some of the funniest videos. If I ever want to look back in that time, I still have those really horrible, horrible drunk me videos. And then I learned from that day, never take videos while you're drunk.
Only
Yeah,
take videos when you're
absolutely.
drunk. That's the best idea.
Oh,
Kind of the
dude.
best part, yeah.
You never know what you're going to see.
I'd rather have a drunk video than a drunk picture.
Exactly.
Yeah, you think so? I'll show you the videos sometimes.
I don't know. I've taken some really drunk pictures that I do not know what the fuck they were the next day.
I don't touch.
strict about
No,
it.
man. When I get really blackout drunk, I don't touch my phone. That's like my brain rule.
I take messages a lot more.
I end up
don't take pictures.
Don't touch the phone.
messaging a lot of people.
Pictures. Don't do it.
Now that would be. Here's something I just thought of. That would be a fun sight to see. Sarah, absolutely blackout drunk.
I got blackout drunk once, the first time I ever drunk. I didn't like it, and I don't want to do it ever again.
I mean, you guys, you've met my little sister, right, Sarah?
A little bit, yeah.
So my little sister's very stoic. She's just so people know, she's a wild firefighter. She's right now a fire warden of a park. She jumps out of helicopters. She fights fires with axes. I mean, she's the most badass person I know. But when she gets drunk, we don't call her by her name anymore. We call her Hoops. She all of a sudden gets a twang. She acts like she's from the streets, and she becomes the most like what's the word? What's the word? It's she becomes a ghetto princess. Like the most ghetto princess you've ever seen. My buddy Tim, I've always told him about my sisters. Like my older sister's a party girl. She likes to get drunk. She's a very white girl. My little sister's very stoic. And he met them for the first time at a New Year's party. My sisters walk in. I didn't know Olivia was Hoops. I thought she was still Olivia. So my sisters walk in, and my little sister just goes, "Woo! That's New Year's! Let's fucking party!" And then my older sister just kind of looks around and like just scratches her face. And my buddy Tim looks at me and is like, "So that one's Sarah and that one's Olivia." And I'm like, No, it's not. And I go up to Sarah and I'm like, "How did this happen?" She's like, "Well, we were at the hockey game and the Flames won and Olivia was really happy." And I'm like, I see. Flames game. Go Flames.
EA Sports.
So I have really bad anxiety, and I'm introvert. So when I drink,
You
I
don't
just
say.
retreat into myself, and I just shocking, and I just want the book. So when I drink, I just try to read. If I get drunk, I can't, and it's very frustrating.
You
And
know,
I'll usually just curl up and go to sleep.
Sarah, that sounds like something where like we need to go camping and drink some tea.
What the
Tea.
Because that
Kinda
sounds
cheers
like
it up.
exactly what you would need. Because tea with friends, that's actually a great time.
It is.
Afraid of what you mean by tea.
Hey, John, what kind of tea is it?
Tea?
What's in this tea?
Herbal tea.
How does it smell?
Depends how it was grown. Sometimes like shit. Sometimes like delicious fungi.
Oh, yeah, I think I would really enjoy that.
That would be fun.
I would really do that.
Would you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think he's talking about mushroom tea, by the way.
No. He's talking about green tea, obviously.
I said fungi. I said fungi tea.
I figured it out, Andrew.
I know, Andrew.
But that sounds like a fun time. Oh my
I
god.
actually think that would be very fun.
I think that would be fun. Imagine playing D&D while camping. We all go as a camp group.
On a fun side, that was the first time I've ever tried that. Was like tea, thanks to our wonderful DM here telling me how to process it.
See, every time I drink tea or I make tea, it always comes out as shit and it doesn't work. So I just
That's because I've grown up making tea, sir. I'm a connoisseur.
Oh, I noticed.
Okay, there.
Oh, I noticed.
Have you noticed? I'm
Do I want to tell that story? Do I have time? I mean, I have all the time I want.
I mean, that depends on what stories you mean. There's always a story.
I mean, I didn't know how much you cared about tea until until it came up forefront, and then all of a sudden I realized how much you truly love tea because I felt bad for everyone else involved.
I felt the need to ask and be curious about the type of what it was, and that's
I mean, I feel like this is a good story to tell.
It's not.
He asked about the tea. He is forever a tea drinker.
Oh, it's just yeah. I
You're
guess.
welcome. I think Grit would be proud of me, and you can shove it up your ass whether you like it.
You know what? Present
It
it.
might not be Yorkshire tea, but at the same time,
Yorkshire Gold. It's got to be Yorkshire Gold.
It's definitely not in Yorkshire, but it is just as good.
Well, the spiffing Brit, shout out to him, would be happy.
Yeah, he'd be disappointed no matter what.
You over coffee? I know he would hate me.
He would hate me too, but I could give a shit.
Coffee drinkers.
You know what? You're just jealous of all the less caffeine we can ingest.
Not at this jealous. I'm
We're-
actually getting up more caffeine.
That's why I said we enjoyed less caffeine. We're less dependent, unlike you tea drinkers.
I'm not dependent. I just
Something
enjoy it.
about that seems wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since coffee's a diuretic.
Yeah, I like being regular with my shits.
Yeah, is that what that means?
I think it does. I don't know. Holistic medicine isn't the same thing. I believe it works. It works. So I believe it is. It must be true.
So you should regularly because of your coffee. So it must be true.
It must be true.
You're not wrong.
It's
You're not wrong.
holistic. It's a holistic belief.
Your belief makes it true. So
Exactly. It's a holistic belief. See, holistic medicine.
Holistic is not the same thing as believing something works. If you will.
That's exactly what holistic is.
That's not. What
It's
it is.
no, that's exactly what it is.
not what it is, John.
Oh, it so is. Believing it works makes it work, and that is a
That's why I
proven
said-
scientific thing that you can trick yourself into thinking things work, and then it
Yeah,
does.
that's the placebo effect, but that's also by
Yes, my God,
Not holistic medicine, you fool.
it's not medicine. The only thing that's medicine is acupuncture because it actually has scientific data behind it. Holistic medicine, like chiropractic, like Reiki, like Zen, it's all bullshit. It's the greatest money-making scam because people defend it.
I mean, that depends on what you mean in the way of holistic. If you're talking about herbal medicine does have physical, like, proven scientific effects on your body. just
Well,
like any
no
other
shit,
thing.
because all medicine comes from herbs. So yeah, I'm sure some of the
Well,
herbs are
thank you
throwing
for
in your
talking
body.
down about the thing I'm just talking about, you shit.
But that's different. I'm talking about like drinking silver for your whole life because it prevents all disease as your skin turns
does.
blue.
There's a
Didn't you know
difference
that?
between being one of the wonderful medicine men that charge you
You'll
for
never be a
healing,
werewolf.
but the difference is the people who don't charge you and give you this healing knowledge
Do-
without trying to get paid for it.
Do they not charge you to go to a chiropractor?
I didn't say anything about a chiropractor.
Chiropractor is holistic medicine and it is
And
totally
there's
in this.
benefits.
I also didn't say anything about it, did I?
No, but they do charge you. So it sounds like a snake oil salesman saying, "Oh, I'm going to crack your
Yeah.
back and everything will be right with your energies."
And
Fuck
you're
you.
right. There's a difference between a snake oil.
Fuck you,
salesman, but
chiropractors.
there is a difference between someone who's genuinely helpful and knowledgeable about the situation. Because there's the duality of both. You have to be suspicious about what you're getting, but at the same time be open enough to understand what you're taking.
And this is why I like Andrew's opinion, because he knows half of what he believes in is bullshit sold by snake oil salesmen.
Oh, 100%.
But if you dig deep enough, you can find the truth.
There's always someone who's looking to make good profit off of your ignorance. But at
Absolutely.
the same time, you shouldn't be
Exactly.
ignorant of what you believe.
But you're going to tell me someone who comes in and does Reiki on me is going to have the same effect as that little pill I can just pop in my mouth, and thousands of doctors have
They're
cleared.
not going to have the same thing
Now
because
that's
they're vastly
the difference,
different
right?
things.
Because every pill usually has 2 side effects that you need another pill for, and this is why I don't do pills.
Herbal
Yeah,
I
medicine
don't
did you know-
do it.
Herbal
I
medicine
fucking
and
don't.
the occasional holistic
At least-
have a lot of negative side effects.
You know what?
You can combine medical properties to get a compound effect of multiple healing on several fronts on your body.
Oh,
But
using
did you know
energy?
if you inject bleach into your blood system,
become an
it
Autobot?
creates it creates white blood cells.
Yeah,
Oh,
right there.
really?
I believe the Autobots one a little bit more. I heard about that one on YouTube's.
I heard that from Trump though.
Yeah, no, we don't believe it.
I heard mine from YouTube. My YouTube's knowledge apparently about Bleach becoming Autobots is about the same thing. It's
But-
knowledge.
I don't know what you're talking about. Trump
I
is a
do.
world leader somehow. For now.
That's also proven world leaders don't also mean knowledgeable about.
Anyway, we're gonna back up away from politics, but just to go back to you, Andrew, it doesn't sure what you're saying sounds good, but you're still selling me something fake and telling me it's gonna work with no actual science behind it, other than it's been clinically tested by thousands of people. People can tell you bullshit. People will tell you to feel the way you want them to tell you to feel. It's why leading questions in interviews is a huge fucking thing. You can get people to repeat.
If you get the people that properly work with you, they don't tell you how to feel. They ask you how you feel.
But you go in with the idea you're going to feel better if you're doing this. And if you're skeptical, it's obviously not going to work because you don't think it's going to work.
That depends on
Fuck that.
You go through, and that's where you have to go through certain steps of healing to be open, your body to be opened up to other ones.
Now all of a sudden I have to be open to accept healing.
Surgery, you have to have a certain amount of say numbness in your body, or some things to reduce the amount of pain, so you don't die from blood loss or pain.
But that's the point. Is I know John has consumed psychedelics at some point in time. Not all of that just completely washes by you. It's if you do mushrooms, you do feel that higher sense of being almost, right.
And I get that.
At the same time, you accept some of that. I don't know what others would call bullshit.
There, like I said, there is a level of bullshit. There is
a level of bullshit. But
it's
you have to be able to see between the lines.
It's the same with I don't want on a small touch of religion. Some religions are bullshit. Some religions aren't in certain people's opinions. But at the same time, all religions have an outlet of truth on how to be a good person, and that's what the takeaway should be. And some people don't understand that. They take it to
I think that's fucking pandering. I think that's fucking pandering. I have to do
this to kill somebody, or right? It's the same thing with medicine and various things. If you look at this as one side of what it can and only be, of the possible negative effects of somebody taking advantage of you, that's all you're going to get out of it.
But why go through this whole? Why do you have to change your whole mindset when I could literally not do any of that?
Because
and
if your
just
mind isn't ready
take the medicine that science has used its hundreds of years of knowledge and gained experience to put in front of me. I mean,
but they also have psychologists for a reason, right? If your mind and your body, if your mind is in the state of healing and in the right space to be healed, your body will not accept the healing your mind is trying to produce.
And I mean that's your mind, right? And I've already seceded that. There are people who are on the brink of death, and as long as they have a strong will, they can fight themselves.
I don't just mean mind. I mean physically, your brain. Your brain won't, make the certain endorphins, the certain chemicals you need to keep your body processing if your mental state is not in a proper state. Stress can literally kill you.
Yes,
and if
you're
stressed
right.
And you're sick, you will die faster from the stress and from the sickness. Not because you're sick, but because the stress.
You are right. The human body is extremely resilient if you force it to be, and your mind can trick your body into doing things. That is exactly my point.
Not your mind can trick your
you
body
are tricking your mind at that point.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if your mind thinks you're sick or thinks you're well, your body will respond. So you're not tricking your body. Your mind is understanding the limitations of your body.
I don't understand how that isn't tricking your body. How telling yourself something over or convincing yourself something.
Tricking yourself if it's the truth.
That isn't the beauty of it? If you can complete
too sometimes, right? You understand how that means.
But it's just a circle.
Changes how your body reacts to things, physically and mentally. If you perceive a danger, like a fear, say if you have schizophrenia,
I agree.
Perceive you're being attacked by something, your body will initiate chemical response of fight or flight, right?
I agree.
If you are in a situation where you see positive, like when you have antidepressant medicine that makes you feel happier, or that stimulates certain chemicals.
It's why
but at the same time, those medicines come with side effects,
and sometimes those medicines don't work because you convince yourselves they won't work.
But where certain natural medicines and some holistic things, not all of them, but some of them, like acupuncture and certain things that have had tangible effects and physical, trackable effects on the human body and the human mind, do do better for you because it doesn't hurt you in the long run. It does combined effects of multiple.
I will secede that if you can get over something yourself because you believe you're taking something that actually has absolutely no effect and it's making you feel better because of the sheer fact that you're thinking you're feeling better and that unleashes the right chemicals into your body and heals you, yeah, I will never say that isn't doing less damage than taking a fucking pill or an injection. But if you have something like that we've eradicated, like not tuberculosis, fucking
Smallpox.
Polio, yeah.
and polio. There's a great one. Like we've eliminated polio
eradicated.
through science, and it's
had a resurgence.
yeah because people stopped taking the fucking shots for them.
Yeah,
Well, and also
that's why.
because it never-
That is
it never
exactly the
eradicated around
reason.
the world.
That's true, but that goes on to a field of like medicine and anti-medicine, right? Medicine is always helpful for you, and it depends on the levels of what you're taking. You should always be aware of what you're putting in your body, though, right? If you know something is unhealthy for you, you should definitely consult your experts and understand better of what you're doing.
But what if you're such a skeptic that
I
all
said
your
your
experts?
experts.
The internet. That is a great point. Absolutely,
The internet is definitely not your expert.
Everybody's body type is different, and you should get your shit tested.
But what if your expert is a fucking another is more
There's a
holistic?
reason
Get
physicians
multiple opinions. Don't get one because that tends to happen. Right? You get a doctor who's not always intelligent about the situation and might prescribe a bad prescription.
Well,
So
people.
sometimes it is good to get multiple opinions. That's what you do when you get a car. You get multiple. You make sure you get your insurance for the best price. So when you're getting a doctor's opinion, you get the one that makes sense the most.
And that's easy enough in Canada, but if you're in the States, you can't exactly just go to a new physician.
No, you're right. It's different,
So
but
it's
I think they're limited by their healthcare system.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there like
It,
I get what
But
you're
they
saying,
can still go
Andrew.
to multiple,
but you're-
they can get multiple opinions. Just
but it costs
Support.
hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And people are lazy. Like that's the other thing. Majority of people are lazy, and majority of people will put faith.
in your couch, or do you want to die in a doctor's
But
office?
most people will put faith in a doctor's first opinion. That's how the fucking drug company makes millions of dollars and one of the biggest
that's how the
industries in the
makes
world.
millions of
It's
dollars
because
too,
people
right?
just believe what their doctor says. So if their doctor sends you to a chiropractor, that pisses me off because there's no fucking reason to send them to
Again,
something
but
that
that's why
isn't
you
proven
shouldn't
by
be
science.
Taking just one person's opinion, you should definitely take multiple opinions. You should definitely check sources. You should find out all the facts. You should do your homework and your research about.
Well,
your
that's
body,
well
how it
and
functions,
good,
and
but
who you are.
how many
In the-
people
in the
actually
natural
do
and the
that?
chemical sorts. So you know which natural medicine is helpful if you choose to seek it, and which chemical medicine can help you if you choose to seek it.
But that's such a that's such a
It's called
textbook
being aware.
answer. But no one is aware.
No, and that's their fault.
not anymore. They're not.
But is
No,
it?
in general, because
Or is it-
people don't
is it
take
that's
the
a
time
s-
to do the research for themselves?
I would argue society builds an echo chamber around itself for what they believe is right. And I think when someone says, "Oh, this is great for you," or "This is great for you," and it gets resonated in the echo chamber, everyone forgets everything else. Like my best example of that's the Atkins diet. Oh, it's this great diet, cut out gluten. Everyone, like 2 or 3. I think I was gonna say 5, but I think it's only like 2 or 3 people died from that actual diet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
because it's actually really only good for about 9 to 12% of the
the
population.
grapefruit
On
diet.
a note,
There was a grapefruit
Honest-
diet, and everyone's like, "Oh, grapefruit's great for you. Everyone eat grapefruit." And then they find out it's actually a leading.
That one was hilarious.
It's
actually, on that
I
note,
find
Grape-
keto funny though.
sorry.
anything that comes with the word diet is not healthy for you. The best way to deal with is intermittent fasting.
It
Putting
is.
yourself on a diet is not like even physically physicianly doctor approved way to lose weight. It's bad. It's really really bad for you and unhealthy to put yourself on a diet. You should definitely seek like going to the gym and like there's other ways, but going on a diet really is unhealthy for you.
But what if you can't go to the gym? What if you work 2 jobs in a
I'm
week?
supposed to eat like,
Intermittent
a million
fasting
times
is
a
something
day.
that many people can
It's like
do,
little
and
things a million
sometimes
times a
like
day.
Jeremy,
Yeah.
sometimes you can. But fasting is something that helps people a lot, where you don't have to diet, you don't have to eat specific like types of things. You just don't eat for a certain amount of time, and
That's horrible for you.
It's not
It's
though.
not. It's actually healthy for you.
It's proven to actually be healthy for you. I personally fast most of the day as well.
I won't believe it
Okay.
until I see actual study on it.
All right, thanks.
Are you going to look for an actual study on it?
I am doing it right now.
Here we go.
Because, and if it's
I say
anything
use
done
all
by a
sorts of
religion, I'm immediately not believing it.
It's not based on religion. Fasting in general is
Yeah, it's
like
not.
it's a physically like exercised and like trainer based like thing. It's a healthy thing to fast.
It is.
That's why he works for the military. Like they have that also part of their training regimen.
The diet doctor, the life. I want to hear a study. It's fasting diets, facing. Oh, that's WebMD, but fuck, it's the only one I can find.
That's WebMD. I have
Good.
cancer now.
Not
I
again.
just wanted to know what it
Ha!
is.
Harvard.
It'll be the fourth time,
Here,
right?
Harvard.
Or
Harvard
WebMD.
Health. Harvard Health released. I'll even link this one if I haven't read it yet. But Harvard released a study on it. I will believe Harvard.
But not your friends.
Yeah.
Well, to be
No,
fair,
I-
Harvard's
Andrew,
probably
did you
better
go
Okay.
to
than
Harvard?
All right. Just so
That's
everyone's.
not what I'm saying. I just say.
Wait. I want everyone to be clear.
I just like to be devil's advocate.
Wait. My mother would always say things to me, and she would never prove them. She would never have any kind of back for them my whole life, and I would repeat them in school, and
And look,
all my friends would come down on me because it's the stupidest shit. And in my mind, I'm like, my mom told me this, so no, I have learned over my life. I do not believe something unless I see facts on it because of my mother ruining my
I was going to
school.
say ours was the opposite. Our mother told us the opposite, that always do your research first and that you should think for yourselves and don't believe what people tell you.
Yeah, my dad.
Aren't you lucky?
But my brother.
Well, my mom's also a flat earther and a conspiracy
goodness,
theorist
really?
too.
Yes,
right?
I know. I just laughed to
I
myself.
mean, I could probably talk to her and have her as a guest on here.
I would love to have her as a guest. I would love
that
to have
could
her.
lead to some very interesting conversations too, because she's very religious.
I would love to have her on. I want my dad. My dad's in politics, right? He wants to come on. I was like, oh, I might as well do one political one. Maybe after I wasn't gonna. Someone wins.
Yo, Ted, what side of the fence do you lean on?
That's a good question.
Right?
Take a guess.
Get that one out of the air right now.
Is he a lefter? I would assume he's more right.
Yes.
My
He is-
mom's very right wing too.
He's
And
very
my brother
right-wing.
So my mom actually ran for the Maxwell Bernier when he was trying to start his own party there. My mom actually ran for his party for a little while.
My dad was in the Wild Rose. He was
My
pretty high
brother
up.
Dallas was also a ex-party member of the Wild Rose.
Yeah, oh good. So they'd get along. My dad's very right wing.
Right. Like my brother Dallas is super political.
He's pretty intelligent though. He knows.
Yeah,
exactly
Dallas
what
is
he's
super
talking
intelligent
about.
as well.
Yeah, he knows.
I mean, I might if that's later at night too. I might be able to arrange for that.
So
I'll see what nights Dallas is available and we can set that up.
Yeah, I'd be down to have Dallas.
After
he's actually-
reading the
they're doing
article?
D&D on Thursday.
Yeah, I read it too.
I might go hang out with them on Thursday. So yeah.
So after reading that article, it says that if you're larger weight, they don't see a problem, but there's no actual studies done to see if it's good for you, like long term. Only
Yeah,
short term studies.
A number
And-
of, like,
The thing about short
No
term,
one said it was long term, except for
yeah,
Andrew.
it's called intermittent fasting. That's the point why it's not supposed to be long term.
Isn't
It's
the point of the intermittent because of the
You give
Short
yourself a
time
time
frame.
period where you can eat, but you don't eat for the other.
the
X amount of
intermittent?
time.
The intermittent has to do with day to day, not with how long you do it for.
I don't know.
Like,
I
for me,
still
I do
don't
an 8
trust
to
it.
14.
I don't trust
I give
it.
myself 8 hours to eat whatever I want, and then 14 hours I don't eat.
I mean, I
What
do
do you do for the
completely
other
by
2 hours
accident,
in a
but
day?
I only eat after work.
Well, it goes part and part with eating a certain like dietary.
Hayden, you
Oh,
only
I know.
have
diet,
time
but
for
like
22
a
hours in a
nutritional
day there.
base. We eat based off a nutritional like based off your body weight, how much sugar you can take.
The other 2 hours are sleep, Sarah.
Only 2 hours for sleep.
I mean, that's all I've been getting lately. Is about 2 hours.
Who needs sleep?
You guys need to sleep
Caffeine
more.
is where it's at.
Sleep is
No,
for the
no,
dead.
It's insomnia.
Yeah, me as well.
Yeah, I deal with insomnia.
I mean,
Insomnia, or I switch between insomnia and hyperinsomnia, which is where you just sleep too much.
Yes.
isn't that called
I have trouble
something
with both,
else?
too.
From what I've read, it's hyperinsomnia. Correct me if I'm wrong. Go for it. I'm always open to learn new things.
I tend to get distracted by like the things that I'm doing at night. I'm like, oh shit, it's like 6 a.m.
You guys want to know
Yeah,
something
that's
really
that's
crazy?
generally it too. Like I'll try to go to bed
That
around
too.
4 a.m.
I try to go to bed
And
around
next
4
thing I know, I'm fucking around my phone, and it's 6 a.m. I'm like, fuck, well, I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah.
And then I'll be fucking around with my phone again, like, fuck, I'm not supposed to do that. Or, like, I'll be thinking about just stupid shit. Like, random stupid shit.
Or just get like a good gaming party that lasts till like 8 a.m. You're like, oh.
That's something completely different. That
I
is
actually have-
completely different.
Yeah.
Why did I do this to myself?
Yeah.
I actually have so much trouble sleeping that for 3 years now, Jan and I have had our own bedrooms.
Oh, really?
But it's made such a huge difference. I can.
See, part of mine's the opposite. I actually miss the body warmth.
Yeah, that makes. I can't deal with that. Just having someone else there. The second he would touch me, I would wake up, and I can't fall back asleep after that. So,
No, that's fair.
yeah. For 4
Jeremy,
years,
if you want, I'm sure anyone here would want to cuddle with you.
I mean, the
I don't
invitation
really.
is open.
you're pretty close.
No, you're
but
pretty
I'd
far.
rather not.
You're pretty far, and you just said how that's.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll
I'm
see you
only 4
tomorrow.
blocks away.
What about tonight?
I'm only 4 blocks away, buddy.
What am I
I'll have
supposed
to
to do
Uber
right
there.
now?
I'll give you air cuddles from a distance. The best I can.
You know, I could just walk over
That's
there in
like
5 minutes.
16-hour drive, and
I took it.
Yeah.
It's all the way over here.
yeah,
It's
I know.
well,
But it's Canada. By the time it gets here, it's still cold, and it doesn't matter anymore.
Jan can cuddle with you.
I mean, I
Jan
guess
can
it's
come
fair.
cuddle
John
with
has a
you.
pretty
It'll be all
glorious beard. I could stroke his beard while he strokes my hair. That'd be great.
True. You
That's
could.
fair.
Yeah.
One day.
There you go. You
You've
can
also
start
got
your
long hair. You
OnlyFans.
could just stroke.
I'm
That
growing my
too.
hair out, so it'll be more. So.
Oh, Jeremy, you really rock the short hair look.
So it's not hyperinsomnia, it's hypersomnia.
There we go. Thank you.
Which makes more sense in terms of the Latin. I should have guessed.
Yeah. That's fair. That was my misunderstanding. I misread.
Hypersomnia. That makes sense, because insomnia means you're out of somnia, which means you're not sleeping, and hypersomnia would mean, yeah.
You're
The
doing
opposite.
nothing but sleeping.
I wonder what somnia in Latin means.
What
I'm
a
gonna guess-
question.
I'm gonna
Waking,
guess.
it's waking, right?
It's
No. No, it's obviously fish, right?
it's a jackal. It's a jackal? It's a jackal. It's got to be a jackal.
Take this out of
No, it's a giraffe.
Show me.
Show me
Show
if you can.
It's got
Oh,
Upside down
I
giraffe.
ate ill. It made me remember all of my weird old.
Welcome to
Ooh,
D&D.
no, I
That's what we
can
would
cook
do.
with.
Bring out all the weird stories. You thought you forgot or repressed all those years ago.
Repressed.
I don't know what you're on about. I don't repress anything.
Yeah, maybe not anymore.
I don't repress anything.
Yeah, again, maybe not
There's no
anymore.
point in it.
I'm sure you also have like 30 years behind you. I'm sure at least there's different like experiences that probably have been repressed.
I
I haven't
mean,
intentionally repressed anything, but like grade 10, I don't remember.
You don't.
gone.
So that's the thing. That's how it's repressed. If you don't remember it,
Yeah.
it's definitely repressed.
Oh yeah,
There's
it
no
absolutely
point in
is.
repressing anything. At the end of the day,
I have a
That's
100%
what you are.
memory.
I didn't try.
I
to
mean,
repress
clearly
it,
I don't
it's just-
repress things. I've said stories
It
that
was
people are
traumatic,
like, "Oh, that's
and I
not
don't
normal."
remember it.
I don't repress things. I depress things.
So how do you know if you repress things when you don't remember?
I don't repress things, I impress things.
How do you remember something that you don't?
I
remember?
depress things. It's easier.
How do you not remember something you don't remember?
That you're supposed to remember.
No, you leave the double negative.
How do you remember things you're not
I was
supposed to remember?
trying to do a triple negative.
That's just too many negatives.
No, it's supposed to be extra negatives. That's not.
You're just being too
Andrew's
negative.
just
Andrew.
negative.
You're being too negative.
That's okay. 'Cause it's my answer is always gonna be
2 as in the number 2.
the opposite.
No more than
So
2.
You're welcome for being the negative, because that means somebody else here is being the positive.
John's the positive. let's
Unless
be
you're
honest.
2 negatives.
I'm pretty positive.
Well, that can't happen, John. That's against scientific law.
Is it though?
Yeah, everything is equal or opposite.
But if you have 2
But what
negatives
about
in math, that becomes a positive. I
It
mean,
does.
We're not talking about math. I was talking about science.
you know, math is the.
Talking about math.
All right,
Math
if we're
is science.
math is the only thing we can truly know that is real, other than yourself.
That's highly questionable.
No,
No.
because it doesn't matter.
It's like another language compared to any other.
Because in any reality, any version of you, Hold on. the
Equals X squiggle C circle C.
it doesn't matter. 1 + 1 will always equal 2, no matter
That's right.
where you
That's
are
a lie.
and what
1 + 1
in
equals
our
Christ, John.
No,
In our language, it will, John.
in any
Unless
way.
sport plus, like,
It
strong
doesn't
math
matter.
equals
Considered the
lobster.
universal language. So if you believe some conspiracy theorists, after the
Yeah.
Roswell landing, they used math to converse with each other. They
Exact.
used grace.
Math is
Yeah,
the only
That makes
thing
sense.
that transcends everything, other than the fact that you know you exist because you can hear your own thoughts.
But what if you don't
what if-
exist because you
what if
don't hear your
another-
own thoughts?
what if
Well,
another
then you're just a
civilization
causality of
uses
my
math?
reality.
What if another civilization uses math in various different languages?
It doesn't matter. Math is
It
math.
doesn't matter. Math is
But what if they have
universal.
more
That's
numbers?
why it's universal. Because
That's-
numbers
yeah,
are
dude,
universal. When
I
you
could-
hold up one finger, doesn't matter what language you're talking in. They know you're
Well,
speaking one.
No, I agree. But I mean, look in the case of Roman numerals, right?
Do you know
Yeah.
why we don't? Do you know why we use Arabic for numbers?
I
Because
don't.
It made more
has
sense.
Because it was easier to teach poor people.
I was just trying to make a comparison.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 are Arabic. Just so we're clear.
I know. I said, look at the Roman numerals.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter when you have a 1 and then another 1. Everyone knows
That's not
that's
even what I'm
2.
saying, John.
But that's what it is. But that's what it is.
I was saying if it's a different language.
Doesn't
They have
matter.
extra numbers.
It doesn't matter. That's the point.
But if they have extra numbers that we don't have,
There is no.
There
extra
is
numbers.
no such
no
thing.
language has extra numbers.
What the
That's-
fuck
there's
is
no such
that?
Thing is an extra number, Andrew.
as far as our
Andrew,
knowledge
what
exists.
What do you mean as far as our knowledge? No,
I'm
What
literally-
you're just wrong. There is only the numbers.
You failed. Get out of math class.
I mean, I
Wait. Everyone, let the math teacher answer, please.
I didn't.
Yeah.
They could have another culture or another. You could have a non-base 10 numerical system, where like if you think about like binary, like computer code, it's 1 0, so that's a 2 base. That's like a base 2 number system because it has 2 different possible numbers. So a different species could have something that's like a 7 base system or a 12 base. We actually have quite a few things that are 12 base because we used to operate on a 12 base number system in our history. That's why time is in 60s and 12s and 24s. And
That's
all
kind of
that.
what I was trying to explain.
Yeah, so they could have something that works differently and it could look different to ours, but in the end, they do translate between each other. It just takes a little bit of finagling to figure them out. That's sort of what different languages look like in math. It's
But
just having different
Once
bases.
again, it's still the math, right?
And like she said, it's still all eventually it'll basic down to what it is.
I can tell you right now. You know what my least favorite subject was in class?
Math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My fucking mind. You're a genius. You're a damn genius, John. It's like I don't care.
I'm using my tarot cards to read your
big thinking
mind.
brains- Yeah, the big thinking brain today.
Well, you had the advantage on holistic medicine. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, no, math is not my strong suit. Neither is chemistry.
In the end,
Well,
the
neither-
Psychology is
reason,
different.
the
neither-
reason why we use the Arabic numerals and not Roman numerals is actually because of 0. Because Roman numerals don't have a 0, but Arabic numerals do.
Really?
See, that's what I.
Yeah.
That's why I was pointing.
0
to
is the most powerful number in our number system.
It really is.
It is.
Tesla would have you
This is how-
believe it's 3, 9, and 6. I don't know the logic conspiracy thing.
Or mine.
Don't you mean 369?
That exactly what I said.
No, you said 396.
Those are the same numbers, Joe.
No, but the sequence actually matters.
It does.
Well, that's
But-
why I'm not sure if you heard the following part after. I don't know the conspiracy.
I
or
heard
anything
you,
that's
I
almost
heard you.
said, So I don't know that the sequence makes any difference. To me.
What I was going to say to you, Andrew, is I really am bad at math. The one thing I like about math, though, is the theory, because math theory is tied to Descartes, who's my favorite philosopher, and it's all about mind. The math, he basically divined that your thoughts.
I don't know if I understand the theory between the actual application of it.
Because we gotta look at it like this. The way I started my basic into loving math as theory was the way Descartes said is first you know you exist because you can hear your thoughts. The next thing you know is math exists. Because it doesn't matter how you understand it, how you come to it, as long as you are of a higher thinking being, you will understand if you have one of something and then one of something, that's two of something. And you'll understand that. And so knowing that, you can then start to mold reality around you and using that power. And he basically puts a lot of power in the theory of math and your thoughts. And then you go into theoretical math, where it's through math that we know there's 11 dimensions. We have no way of perceiving them, but we know the math works out that way. There is no remainders. And we know when something is true, like absolutely true, like the speed of light, when we can prove it by math. When there's ever a variance in math, we know we're not exact. Whenever we do something in chemistry and physics and the math doesn't work out and there's a remainder, that means we did something wrong. But when the math comes out perfect, that's how we know we got it. That's how we know what the actual gravity is in terms of newtons. That's how we know what the speed of light is. That's how we know what a lightning bolt is. The math works out. And that always makes me
reality
happy.
around us too.
Well, and that's can I ask a question on like how did because I don't know how did the addition of quantum physics and mechanics essentially change that outlook?
So I was glad you brought that up. So when you get to quantum mechanics, what it is, it's theoretical math and theoretical physics.
I'm a little better with quantum.
You're basically, so let's go to what used to be theoretical physics, like the most common known one, E equals mc squared. Energy equals the mass times the speed of light squared. That was actually theoretical physics that Einstein was putting forward with theoretical math. The problem was he didn't know, when he was trying to figure it out, he had to figure out what the speed of light was. And to do that, there was a bunch of little experiments he did, but every time he calculated the speed of light, whenever he had a remainder or whenever he had a repeating number, he knew he wasn't correct. So when he was finally able to actually pinpoint down with the math the speed of light, it was at that point he knew that he had actually figured out an equation, that he could figure out a part of the equation, and then the rest just came in, which is mass and energy.
I don't know. Haven't we, like, from what my kind of knowledge, haven't we learned that light is like essentially way more perceivable than we can, based on like the two slot experiments?
I can't tell you who the scientist was, but I know the experiments were basically through slotted boxes.
The two-slot experiment, that's what it's called.
Yeah, because you find out that the wave is both a particle and a wave, right? Everyone thought that.
Because people originally thought it was like you can only see it in the one space, but light travels in all directions.
And I think the other one was what is it? There was something else that proved it. It was how fast it travels.
Probably the refraction.
Something like that. I'm not like I said, I'm not good in the math and sciences, but I love theory. I love the theory.
Science was a little bit more kind of like.
And chemistry's just cooking. Oh man, I was always good at chemistry.
Chemistry's basic.
Really? Chemistry was the one science that I did.
Oh, I love chemistry. I could do it over again. Chemistry was so
I
good.
love physics.
I was worried to biology and physics. That was chem bio.
for sciences.
But
Anyway, but like the point is when it comes to theoretical math, that's the coolest thing because of all the sciences, if the math doesn't support it, you're wrong. And that's the beauty of math. And you know math is right because it doesn't matter in what existence you live in or what your reality is. If your math is right, then that's a fact. And that's why it always makes me happy when they come up with a whole new math thing. Like when they started CERB and they came out with that. I remember reading about it like 2 or 3 years ago. They came out with a new a way to predict the electrons inside the particle cloud, and they actually had a mathematical formula. And that really excited me because like something they before thought was completely unpredictable and random, they actually found a pattern and were able to prove it with math, which means now they can actually they were going to try and pull out observable electrons from which is insane. That's almost as small as quarks and quarks, which is just insanity. You want to talk about like splitting things at an atomic level. Like this is beyond atomic. This is a subatomic level. And the math supports it. It's the same with traveling forward in time. That's definitely proven through theory. The faster you go, the more.
I was going to say, buddy just did they came out with an article about that. Some German guy just did an experiment on that and was talking about how if you were a time traveler, paradoxes will not happen because time will recorrect itself in a way that will fuck with your shit. So if you were to say go back and cure the Black Plague would find another way to spread itself and do all of the same shit it would normally have done without you going back to do that.
That's because time runs also just like light; it runs in both directions.
Yeah, some guy just came out with like his equation talking about how he just proved that theory.
okay.
Still though,
because time has already happened, you can't change it. Essentially,
well, time is fluid.
But you can still affect it. It's different.
Well, as soon as
exactly.
Change
You
the
can affect
outcome.
it, but it won't change the outcome.
Yeah.
The outcome.
There's also the theory that when you
final.
go back in time, you're not going back in your time. As soon as you go back in time, you split off into a different timeline.
That's actually not part of this guy's theory at all. This guy was including that as part of you were going back to your own, like Back to the Future. You could go back and stop your own birth. He said, no, that is not possible because time will recorrect itself in a way it'll just happen.
Because if you have to go back and
Time is on a loop apparently that we cannot control. The future is ours to control, but the past is not.
Yes. We can only learn from the past, but we can't change it.
Yeah.
So that makes me wonder on some of the miraculously weird shit that's happening. If that's part of that, some of it.
Miraculously weird shit.
Yeah.
I mean, this disease that only kills 0.02% of the world shut down the entire world.
Despite everyone's attempts to
That's. But hey,
despite everybody's
to
try to stop it.
0.02% into 8 billion is
the common cold.
350 million.
0.02% is the common cold. The common cold shut down the world.
Yeah. My original thought.
The common cold doesn't kill 350 million people in a year.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
It does.
350 million.
Not on our side of the world.
Where is this?
We have medication.
You don't hear those numbers.
Yeah, exactly. You don't hear about Africa's numbers. They don't have the medication there. You're hearing about.
But there's not
numbers.
300.
Their medication system is.
There's not 350 million people. 300. There's not the entire population of the United States in Africa.
I'm sorry. Look at the numbers, man. The common cold is the 0.02% fatality rate. So is the fucking coronavirus.
Should I dial an idea back so we're not quite talking about current events to some degree? My interesting kind of thought was in the weird aspect of, say, a miraculous birth that perhaps not a lot of people can explain. If anyone has a similar idea of what I'm thinking about.
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Senior Hizo Christi. Anybody? No.
No.
So the death rate for coronavirus
Baxter.
is 0.4. First
No,
of all,
0.02%. Toronto just released the numbers.
40.
Ontario just released their numbers.
Like I said, I'm not good at math, but 43 million cases worldwide.
Originally, it was 0.2% before America was in their disastrous situation. Of course, they're going to have inflated numbers, and they have a larger population than we do, so they're going to fuck with the numbers.
All it says is 43 million cases worldwide,
and look,
and 1.15
Ontario just
deaths.
released a fucking poll on their corona situation right now, and the numbers are 0.02%.
Anyway,
I was thinking like perhaps Jesus Christ kind of birth thing. This say of time correction, or maybe the first time correction. Who knows? It's just a game theory.
That's a good point.
You're not allowed to drop that one until
Yeah.
we're like rating frogs or something.
Why is it raining frogs?
Considering it.
Kyle, my friend, why is it raining frogs?
Maybe somebody did go try to kill this person long before recorded time, and then now it's been changed, and it's because of that. Maybe this pattern has been set in stone. Who knows? It's a possibility because there's no way to really disprove it.
I mean, the signs worked really well in the past. I would assume if he was going to do it, he'd do the same ones again because we still have that same book around, and a lot of us believe in those same signs.
No, I don't. I mean, like say when Jesus died, he was actually like supposed to die perhaps earlier, or for a different reason, or some other way. And someone fucked with that potentially as the first attempt of changing time, and has thus made the first and the only paradox that keeps correcting itself.
What?
I know time's a weird thing.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, not at all.
Me neither.
No.
What he's saying is, if Jesus was supposed to die earlier than he died, and
Or
someone went
president.
back and just tried to change that, then
Yeah.
it corrected itself automatically,
And it's
changing
now,
it to making
Yeah,
it
that
look
person.
like it was a resurrection.
or perhaps a miraculous birth.
Wouldn't that be Jesus
That's a good
to
question.
die?
Wait, I always get fuzzy on that. What happens after? He goes and sees a bunch of people, and then he just goes to heaven?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the story. But
Yeah.
I was thinking more of his birth to some degree. Of like maybe somebody tried to kill his family or something before he was born, and then he ended up being born again in another woman.
I
who
once-
never had sex.
I once heard a Catholic priest told me that what they don't tell you is the 3 days he was dead, he goes to hell and walks with the devil. And I was like,
Yeah,
That
What?
is a matter of...
That is a matter of the
I heard about
a
belief.
matter of perspective.
that. I never heard about that story though.
Yeah,
I
that
have
is
too.
not in the Bible. Like I don't know, the Catholic Bible has more than my Bible does, but that's not in my Bible. It is a Catholic tradition.
so what does he do for 3 days? Just kind of lounges around?
It does not say.
Does he just hang out for 3 days?
Oh,
Maybe he does.
It's left
death
up to your imagination, John.
it was a rather long slumber.
Sorry for you to imagine, John.
He becomes
Nobody gets to saying anything about that is
he becomes
Say
the
it.
first ever
story.
Christmas
There's
tree
one
decoration.
story about there were two thieves crucified on either side of Jesus, and he tells one of them that he'll be with him today in paradise, and that's all it has to say about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
my
that-
original thought was that say perhaps
bet
maybe
you-
somebody tried to kill Jesus.
I bet you that's where Jimmy
before,
Buffett
and
got
then
his song
when
titles
Mary
too.
had Jesus, it was because time had changed itself and had given her Jesus instead of his original parentage.
All I know
Interesting.
is Jesus doesn't love me. He just stole my religion.
regardless of who he was and what he was still a born person. My point idea was that he was born to a different family, and then perhaps with the time correction had him reborn as in somebody else to still be born. You know what I mean? To still
or you're telling me that
story overall,
you're telling me that some young guy married his hot wife and didn't fuck her? I mean, now that's a stretch. It's an immaculate birth. I swear to God, I never touched my wife.
What if the possibility of the potential of a time?
I thought she did stay a virgin. I thought that was the thing.
He was born, yes, but he has siblings.
But if they were married, that's not true because marriage is consummated. You're not married until the consummation. And that was a thing they did back then.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's true.
So that also makes me believe.
Are we poking holes in a religion, guys? Stop taking easy shots, okay? We gotta stop taking easy shots.
My brain says, this is the thing that they did.
See, this isn't where I brought this. I brought this was to, a weird time, debate about if maybe time correction had caused Mary to give birth to Jesus. That was it.
Okay, I understand the point you were trying to get at, but I think does not work.
Probably not.
In context of the rest of what the Bible says. But yeah.
All right.
That was my just original thought. Just based on what we had talked about earlier. I wouldn't not really a thought I genuinely put stock into.
Any final thoughts, guys? I'm gonna been running for a while. I think we're gonna close it down.
Here, wait. Okay, here it is. Matthew 1 verse 24 says,
oh God.
Or 25. When Joseph woke up, he did what the angel of the Lord had commanded, married home to his wife, but he did not consummate their marriage until she gave birth to a son.
That is weird.
So
then technically he's a bastard child.
He is.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Again, so that still puts my theory of that is if maybe somebody in time had tried to kill him. How
it sounds like some
the idea of killing Hitler before he was born, right? If you could go
you
back
know
to
what?
to
It sounds like a bunch of Council of Nicaea bullshit to me.
Son of a bitch.
Andrew, there's actually prophecies of how birth was gonna take place in the earlier part of the Bible. So it would have to happen earlier.
I mean, that's fair. My main thought was that
prophesied.
Oh, was it? Fair enough then.
All right.
My main thought, because I don't know, I have no context of it. My main thought was if somebody had killed him with his original family lineage before them, and then because of the time correction, it's had him rebirth with somebody else.
I can see it as a,
and that's thus caused.
I can see it as a comparison for Hitler, but.
And I don't mean it that. I just mean say if somebody was.
And on that note, after the H word's been dropped,
multiple times now,
we're gonna say goodbye. As we have now fully. What is it called? What's that?
This is the Villain's Talk podcast. You're surprised we're talking about a villain?
What's it called?
No, it's a villain though.
No.
In some
don't start that debate
yes,
now.
He is.
Don't start that debate now.
What's it called? Todd's.
That's very dangerous.
Todd's.
It really is.
Is it? Anyway, there's a thing called Todd's rabbit hole, which is a real thing where it doesn't matter what you're doing on the internet, eventually it will all devolve back to Hitler. And we've now hit that point, and it's now time to close.
Is that rule 57 or something?
No, that's an actual real thing. It's called Todd's rule or something.
Well, there's also Rule 34 where everything that's ever existed, there's porn for it. So, that sounds like
it was a pleasure having everyone tonight. Thank you very much.
This is about as par for the course as our normal thoughts.
Yes. Yeah. This was us, Sarah, Jeremy, Caden, and Insanieac. Sorry you had nothing better to do, but glad you came. I mean, I did a little.
You act like I have anything to do usually.
We're also glad you came.
Yeah.
I mean, at least we all came.
At least, I finished. I feel good.
Not the first time.
Oh boy.
And it's off.